What's good, y'all? It's Key, and I'm back with another video, bruh. Hey, look, man. Today we got Suge Knight. Why did Suge Knight want to kill Dr. Dre? Now, y'all say this is the reason behind this diss track. You know why? So, what I'm getting from this is that M is cool with Dr. Dre. Suge must have came at Dr. Dre, and you know how M ride for his people, you know? M go put himself into the mix, you know, stand up for his people like you should do. Stand up to your close people, you know what I'm saying? Because Dr. Dre is one of his close friends and all that. So, that's what I'm getting from him, but I'm going to check this out. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Hey, let's see who we working with, y'all. Come on.
The videos about the beef between Suge Knight and Eazy-E get a lot of views. But in our opinion, the fight between Dr. Dre and Suge is much more interesting. And that's what we will discuss now. And so, Dre and Suge became friends thanks to the DOC, who knew both of them. Dre was unhappy with his position at NWA, Suge Knight having gotten a lot.
Now, I heard about that because it played in the movie Straight Outta Compton, so I did hear about that before.
Of experience in the industry, wanted to open up his own record label company.
Yeah.
The boys agreed with one another that Dre will scout for talents and Suge will supervise the operations of the company. For starters, it was necessary to release Dre from the contract with Ruthless Records, so Eazy-E was threatened in order to release the producer from his contract. He faked the release signature, which resulted in Dre having to pay Eazy-E 20% of the proceeds.
Okay. And that's crazy because that was, bro, Dre and Eazy was close, you know what I'm saying? So that's what shocked me, y'all. That's crazy.
From every record.
He ended up getting 20% of everything that they put out for the next 6 years, and they couldn't do nothing about it. Anything Dre produced or made over there, he got paid for it.
After Death Row was created, Dre continued to make cool music, releasing his debut album, The Chronic.
It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and
He also produced.
That's a banger, y'all. That's a banger. And my fault for pausing, but
the legendary Doggy Style for Snoop Dogg.
yeah.
like every day, and I'm right back up in you with Dr. Dre.
And it seemed like everything was going well. Suge and Dre got good money from their music. However, the year of 1995 proved to be a turning point for the entire hip-hop industry, and for their relationships as well. This also concerns Puff Daddy and Suge Knight, who were also friends. At the same time, Puff opened his own record label called Bad Boy Records, and prepared the Ready to Die album for Biggie, in which samples of songs from Death Row were used. All Death Row shit is through that motherfucker, said Suge Knight.
Any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record.
No, the only real reason I know about Death Row is because of Tupac. Let's just be 100% honest, y'all. That's the only reason I know about Death Row Records. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's in the movies. Like, it's probably just Straight Outta Compton. And it all lies on me and all that. So yeah, but I would not. So you telling me everything Dre made at that time was basically Eazy-E's? Basically, Eazy-E get most of it. That's messed up, bro.
The producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing, come to Death Row.
This speech at the Source Awards became legendary. He made fun of Bad Boy Records and added that they supported Tupac.
Like to tell Tupac keep his guards up, we ride with him.
Pac was released, and he started working with Dre, who initially had a good relationship with one another.
He was cool with Pac coming, bro. He welcomed Pac. If he didn't want Pac to be there, bro, he would have just threw him off some bullshit. You know what I mean?
We are out here at the California Love video. Dr. Dre, Tupac, we getting busy. Oh, Chris Tucker in the house. Video by Hype Williams. What's that? Yeah. What you say? But give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA.
However, after being
That's on fire too, y'all. That's on fire.
released from prison, Pac became a different person, more brutal and aggressive. Some think that it is because of the huge influence of Suge Knight. After all, as Suge once said, "When I look at Tupac, I see myself in it."
He didn't have to watch the homies beat up on people. He shouldn't have been around that shit.
The ex-producer Death Row Records, Daryl Harper, recalled the time.
Now, y'all. Now, I hear stories about this all the time. Because they say when Tupac got into Death Row, that's when, like, everything changed from Tupac. That's facts. But now, I'm talking about, like, his attitude and stuff, you know? But I wonder if Tupac always been like that. Because remember, y'all, he killed 2 cops, you know? He killed 2 police officers, bro. Killed 2 police officers. And this is before he got with Death Row, you know? So, people say, what, his attitude got worse or something? But, like I said, y'all know more about Tupac than me. But do y'all think that's true? For all my Tupac people, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all really think that's true that it got worse once he got with Death Row, you know?
Around that shit.
The ex-producer Death Row Records, Daryl Harper, recalled the time when Tupac was furious with Sam Snead for inviting only New York-based rappers in the shooting of a music video for one of Snead's songs. Daryl remembers Sam trying to run as Pac would continue to punch away at his colleague.
Tupac was, taking off on him. What was Sam Snead doing? He wasn't trying to fight back or anything?
He wasn't trying to. Dude, he didn't even look like he was even rolling his eyes at him or nothing.
The gangster life at Death Row became too much. Once, Suge decided to gift the artist RBX a car, but Dr. Dre convinced his friend to refuse the gift.
He said, "What do you have in that BMW that says that you have permission to drive it and it's yours?" I say, "Nothing." He say, "Bro, if you don't take that car back to homeboy right now, I'll slide back over there."
In general, the atmosphere at Death Row got more toxic by the day.
Yeah.
Dre didn't need the gangsta brawls, parties, and all these things because it got in the way of making music.
Not a work atmosphere anymore. It became fun and games, and the success that kicked in, and we were stars, and motherfuckers just loved being around us and bringing bullshit around us, and Dre wasn't for that.
I just didn't like some of the things that were going on. There was nothing being done to stop it.
On top of all this, Dre then had a huge problem with alcohol. He lashed out at his then-girlfriend, Michelle.
Nah, I'm glad Dre left that type of environment, you know? Cause if it was me, I probably would have left too. I ain't gonna lie. I would have left too because I don't like being associated around that type of stuff, you know? Like, it's gonna be too much drama, too many issues. Like he said, work is not getting done, you know what I'm saying? But as I said, everybody it was all fun and games at first. Everybody became superstars. Dre just ended up leaving. And I don't blame him. I would have left too. I don't blame him, you know?
Sing the hook. You sing it like you feel it, I'll make you feel it when you get home.
Dre, the hook ain't working.
If it ain't working, fix it. You too stupid to do that? Sing it soft, stupid bitch!
What movie is this?
According to Michelle, he broke her nose, cracked her ribs, and blackened her eyes. What's worse than that, according to rumors, when Dre was still at Death Row, Michelle began a romantic relationship with Suge Knight.
What was Michelle's role during this whole time while you were at Death Row? Super bitch. Super bitch.
Wait, damn. Oh, damn. He ain't hold Pat, did he?
And then you got this other baby mama that fucked 2 of the richest dudes in America. Black. 2 of the black most richest men in America. Dr. Dre and Suge Knight.
That it was over Michelet. You know, Suge was on Michelet, and Dre said, "This dude, you can have everything, I'm gone."
Oh, and Pac was a workaholic, and Suge like, "Come on, man, let's get these, you know." And so, and I think that was irritating him. And Dre didn't like going to Crab Man with all those people. But I'm not the reason that they're not together. And no, I did not get with Suge to get back at Dr. Dre. Please, you guys. So
let me get this right. She was in a relationship with Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre and Suge used to be close at one point. And I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 she knew that. Now, if they was cool, why would she go with Suge? You know? What in her right mind would go with Suge if you know they used to be cool? And now, what, they didn't like each other at that time? I don't know. We're about to see, but it seemed like they didn't like each other at that time. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Reason that they're not together, and no, I did not get with Suge to get back at Dr. Dre. Please, you guys don't think that.
I gotta find this one video on YouTube where she come in the studio and put her hands all on Tupac's chest and his head and shit, and I'm looking like, damn, did he get the pussy? You know what I mean? So, Suge Knight, Dr. Dre, Tupac.
All of that resulted in him deciding to leave Death Row. He ended up with nothing.
You got an artist, the money, the masters, all your fucking bullshit.
I remember that part. He left Death Row and they get nothing? Hold on.
I'm done.
And as much as they tried to show in the movie that Dr. Dre left in a pretentious way, the reality of what actually happened was very different. Dre didn't talk to Suge about the departure. Everything was dealt with through Jimmy Iovine.
If Jimmy, when you want him, he can go with you, but he has to leave with the shirt on his back. At the end of the day, everybody knows Dre's a hoe.
The people you surround yourself with can be either the rise or the fall of your career. You have to surround yourself with positive people that have your best interests at heart.
Regardless of how...
That's facts. That's real. That's real, y'all. That's real.
You have to surround yourself with positive people that have your best interests at heart.
That's real.
Regardless of how many times Suge said he doesn't care that Dre left, it undoubtedly had an impact on the atmosphere at Death Row. Many artists wanted to leave the label after such shocking news.
The vibe for me was like a divorce. And I was a child left behind. Like, I want to go with you. Why? I don't want to stay here. I want to go with you.
Although Tupac had a completely different opinion. Dre created his own label.
No, I don't remember hearing that song. So that was a diss to Dr. Dre. Basically, what I'm getting. That was a diss to Dr. Dre, y'all.
What a dumb move, cross death row. Now who you gon' run to?
Dre created his own.
What a dumb move, cross death row. Now who you gon' run to?
Dre created his own label, Aftermath, and released an album with the same name.
Dre, was that a diss to Dr. Dre? I'm not even trying to put nothing out there, but was that a diss to Dr. Dre? I'm asking a question.
Dre created his own label, Aftermath, and released an album with the same name. However, it failed miserably. Dre didn't give up and came across Eminem.
Alright, hold on, y'all. I'm about to stop the video and then restart.